Hello, fellow NEETs. Do you have one thing that you think of from your childhood? That one thing that comes to mind? It's almost like a nostalgia factor. Actually, the nostalgia factor in many things is so strong, honestly. It's the reason why we go back to so many things. There's no logic or reasoning behind it. It's just because you feel like it and it feels good. To be honest, I feel like most people can't really pinpoint why they like something other than just it makes them feel good. And I guess that's good enough reasoning. It doesn't really have to be logical. But one thing that I've gotten recently that I've thought of maybe I should draw is these. Back when I was a kid, I used to play with beyblades so often, and it's such a nostalgic thing for me that maybe I should give it a shot and try drawing them in my sketchbook. So I got this set of beyblades for myself because I'm an adult and I can buy whatever I want, okay? I don't care if this is a kid's toy, it's awesome. I got this set of 2 Beyblades in a stadium, and then I got an extra Beyblade. So for those of you who don't know what Beyblade is, they're these spinning tops in a battle arena that you can rip with these launchers and they'll start fighting each other in the arena. They all have different typing, so they have different attributes that make them win, like stamina, attack, and defense. And it's all based on the characteristics of the Beyblade itself. And just something about this is just so mesmerizing. I don't know if it's just me as a kid just having no friends to play anything with, and this is the only thing I could play with by myself. But something about this thing is like the clashing is just so cool to me. I think I heard somewhere from a video where for anything to be interesting to you or come up in your memories, there needs to be some sort of defining feature about it. Like for Beyblade, maybe you can get a knockout. I'm probably not going to get one here, but if you get a knockout or the clashing, that is a defining feature of the product. And I think that plays into nostalgia when you have defining features of a item that you feel good about. You go and think about that defining feature as if it's like, with I guess rose-tinted glasses maybe. And maybe no particular reason, but some sort of weird attraction to the idea of it, I guess. I don't know, maybe I just like clashing things together. So the Beyblades I bought were this Beyblade called Drawn Sword, this one, Drawn Sword, and this one, Dranzer S, and this one is Wizard Arrow. So I think these look pretty cool, so I'm going to try to draw these. For today's setup, I am using the Pocket Note from Mujirishi, and I'm going to be using the Sakura Pigma Micron 02. This is a really good pen for having a slight amount of variation in your line width, and the ink comes out fairly smooth. It's not the darkest, but these are very affordable, very cheap pens. I think you can definitely do very good artwork with these still. Since the tip is sort of bullet shaped, it allows you to have a little bit control of the line width compared to the Copic ones where they don't taper very much, so your line widths are very linear. Your lines don't have as much weight with the Copic ones, but the ink comes out a lot smoother with the Copic ones. So to begin, these were my sketches from last time, and today's date is I'm gonna put it sideways here for today. Today's date is 2023 November 17th. And so I'm just gonna start just drawing stuff. I'm not trying to make it exactly accurate today to the image. I just want to get the impression of the Beyblades and then maybe have them like fighting or battling or something. I think that would be a neat idea if I could just draw them clashing with each other. That'd be really cool. So I'm gonna start here with the tops. So I need to get the perspective of this correct if I want the image to really come out the way I want it to. So I'm gonna really work on getting some of the silhouettes and the perspective right from the get-go. As usual, it's just silhouettes are just such an easy way to ground your image in reality, I guess. I got the two little prongs here for that holds in the centerpiece. And now I'm gonna try to make the blade, the outer blade parts. Man, I remember I used to love these so much as a kid. It's so nostalgic for me to actually play with these, especially since these are the newer Beyblades. It's nice to see how much things have changed, like with time, how you feel like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, this is the shit. This is like the thing. This is the best thing ever. It's interesting to see how like the company that makes these actually managed to somehow improve on the formula. And again, it's just something with this like nostalgia factor where everything with this defining feature or this defining thing just has, you just have rose tinted glasses for. It's just something about it, especially when you're very impressionable as a kid and you're like very vulnerable years. Stuff like that tends to stick and it stays with you for life. I mean, it's the reason why people who love Lego so much are so prominent nowadays. People who love Disney, it's so common, or Marvel comics. It's just something so human about it, to just like things from your childhood, I guess. I'm gonna draw this bottom part here. I'm not exactly great at drawing more mechanical looking things, or like, I'm more of an organic drawing person. I think it's more fun, personally, to draw just mechanical, or not mechanical bits, to draw organic bits. Because you can be a lot more free-flowing with them. Whereas mechanical bits are like rigid and harder to be creative with their shapes and stuff. You can still find ways to make them somewhat good. But overall, I just prefer the drawing of organic looking pieces. Maybe if I can draw like this Beyblade throwing throwing like dirt or something, because it's like dashing, that'd be cool. It's like it's dashing towards the opponent, getting ready to clash, as like smoke that's coming out or something. I'm gonna define the little shadows here under the blade to make it look like it just has layers of depth. I've been really trying to be as consistent as possible with these kinds of videos. I'm trying to use it as sort of a way to motivate people to draw more often every day. You can use it to just motivate yourself or get some inspiration, I think, because I know sometimes I need inspiration, and I wanted these kind of videos to just listen to or enjoy. Because everybody needs some reason to draw every day. Something, I think, more human, more social. Because it's really difficult to get yourself to draw every day or create anything every day if you have nobody around. That's what I've realized. It just makes things so much better when you have something or someone. Now I'm going to draw the other one here, the wizard arrow. So it has 3 prongs here. And then I can draw a circle in the middle here. There we go. That one, that looks pretty alright. It's more... Well, I'm not using as much perspective because I want it to like be knocked out. And it's gonna get some like sparks or something here. That would be kind of cool. Sparks. Making dumb sound effects, because why not? It's fun. And I gotta draw the rounder, the bigger rounder area here. There's something just nice, I guess, relieving when you can just talk about your hobbies sometimes and be authentic to yourself. And it's nice to be able to not have to hide yourself. I know for me, I have a difficult time actually hiding what I like, or, you know, masking, I guess, is what some people say. A lot of times with me is sometimes I just don't realize it, but it just like my my actual thoughts just comes out and I just can't really control it. It just happens. It's about being authentic, I guess. Some people appreciate it. Maybe some others might not understand it at first, but they eventually come to realize whereas being your authentic self is just the way to go. I got sort of this diamond shape here a little bit, and then it has like this arrow looking like the bow and arrow looking part on the sides. That's what the wizard arrow thing looks like. I guess it's supposed to be a bow and arrow. And I'm just gonna start to put lines that go out to the outside. Maybe add some extra shadows here to make it a little bit more dramatic. There, it's starting to come together a little bit. This one looks quite a bit bigger than the other one, though. Maybe that I didn't draw the greatest proportions, but it's good enough. It's just a sketch, anyways. It doesn't matter. Then I can just draw the little wizard face here. Looks kind of like Omen from Valorant a little bit. It's kind of funny. Adding a little bit more detail in the edges here. Doesn't need to be perfect, just adding some detail is nice. Just fake detail. It's not actually there, but just having it there is nice because it does add depth to it. Then maybe they're in like this Beyblade stadium or something and they're just like clashing. Kind of like the stadium, how it just has this edge here. And then the little pockets on the side. Clashing. That's kind of cool looking. And then draw some little lines for the gears, like ridge gears here. Maybe the little center circle here. Just a little edge. For the outside areas, you don't need to put so much detail. You just need to get the impression of it. Because when you're drawing, it's good to have a focus on which areas have more detail and which areas have less detail, because then it draws the viewer's eyes to a certain area. And it also saves you time. I think maybe just one more edge here for this side of the gears. And there we go. I think we're done. We got this little scene for this Beyblade stadium. We got the two Beyblades clashing. I think it looks kind of cool. Beyblades have just been on my mind for recently, so I just thought it was something that would be cool to draw on my sketchbook. Well, for today's sketch, we drew some Beyblades, and it turned out like this. We kind of got a dramatic scene of Beyblades clashing with each other. I think it's pretty cool. It's not the best work I've done, but it doesn't need to be the best thing. I think it's just more important to just have fun and just make it habit. And something nice about drawing is just that you can always come back to it and it's just relaxing. Again, something about the process. It's like a defining feature of seeing the finished result. But this is what I came up with today. I hope that you had a good watch time and maybe you can use these videos to help motivate you to draw every day for yourself. Thank you for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for my next videos, and goodbye.